and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a very special guest here. Not in the building, but on StreamYard. That's where we film it. Duh. So this is who we have here today, ladies and gentlemen. She's an actress, a voiceover artist, acting teacher, coach, mentor. Yes, that's what she does. That's she is. Here representing the Lady Kings of Texas. And she is also a whole wife. I'm pretty sure she's gonna give a shout out to the hubby. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Kenneisha Thompson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for being here.
thank
It is
you.
a pleasure.
We greatly appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Long time
Mhm.
coming, and now the time has come. And so I love. We gonna get into it. I love what is it? Is this artwork on the back walls and everything that you have
Oh,
back there?
back here behind me.
Yeah.
So
What is that?
this is just different projects that I've been on. All of these right here.
Yeah.
There's just something that I do, to try to stay inspired, stay encouraged.
Mm.
I saw someone else do this on social media, and I was like, this is a really great idea. And I had a blank spot over there, and so I just got screen grabs from different shows and things that I've done that really inspire me, and so I framed them and put them on the wall. These are some fan art from some of the characters that I've done that people
Nice.
gave me or I purchased. This is one of my banners when I do go to conventions and stuff that I made. And the alma mater, Hampton, go
Nice.
Pirates.
I
Go
like
Pirates.
that. That is a great idea. I may
Yeah.
have to sample this idea a little bit. That is
Listen, I
so.
sampled it.
I,
I tell everybody, do that because this industry is hard. Like stuff can be
hmm
slow and you forget and you think, oh man, I'm not good. I should quit. And then you have reminders that like, no, you've done some stuff.
hmm
You're on the right track. It's a great way to stay encouraged.
That is so amazing. And like literally just like having a trophy case, but for actors, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we not all of us get the Grammy or the Emmy or the we don't
Right.
always get the big awards. So sometimes we tend to forget just how awesome we are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love
I'm
that.
all about that.
Yeah, so
Yes,
like
ma'am.
let's just go ahead and get right into it. Where are you originally from and what do you love about your hometown?
So I am originally technically from Fort Worth, Texas. I
Mm.
was born there and then grew up in Arlington, which is like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away. Um, they're all right there together. So I always say Dallas because it's another 30 minutes or so and you get to Dallas.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, what's interesting about where I grew up, like I grew up in a predominantly white area, so I was like the token black kid a lot of time.
Mm.
Um and that kind of helped shaped some of my life experiences cuz then I went from being the token black kid in a lot of different activities to going to an HBCU where everybody was black,
Mm.
including the teachers and the staff, and it
Mhm.
felt like this huge pendulum swing. But I feel like that has helped me sort of navigate both spaces really well. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, because I do remember when I went to Hampton, I had met kids who didn't have any white friends. They didn't know anybody who wasn't black. Like everybody in their community was black. And I was like, well, we got to open that up a little bit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
being able to kind of navigate both of these spaces, it helped shape me in a way that I value now. At the time, it was a little hard, but now I'm like, oh, I see, I get it, and I'm grateful and appreciate it.
That
Mm-hmm.
has to be like was it a really big cultural change? Like was it
Very.
was it different? I mean, like, did you feel like you belonged? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
You mean at in elementary or like when I got to college?
When you got to college, like because you had predominantly been around this area, like did you feel
Mhm.
like you fit in or did you even try to fit in or was you like, hey, I'm not used to this.
What I did. It was a shock, and I was in the band. I was in the band.
Mm.
I was in the
Oh,
band in high school. Like I played clarinet from middle school all the way through high school, and so we did like chorus style marching, a lot of classical music. Like I was used to that, and then I got to Hampton, and we playing songs off the radio. We dancing, and I'm like, whoa, what? So it did feel like, wait, we could just do that. So we could come play Nelly hot in here. Like I never forget. I called my mama like, Mama, we are playing songs off the radio. You could just do that here. That's really cool. But I think what I learned, while it was a shock, it also showed me that Black people are not a monolith. Like I met a lot of other kids that were like me who did grow up. Um, and went to like predominantly white schools. I met students who like were homeschooled. It was such a diverse environment, and I met a lot of kids who were God, this sounds so stereotypical. I hate to sound like a stereotype, but like when I was in high school, the expectation was that I was going to be on the track team or I was going
Mm.
to play basketball, and I tried and I'm not good at that. I was a soccer player. Like
Yeah.
I was a varsity captain in high school, on
mhm,
the soccer team, and I was in the marching band, and I was in like National Honor Society. Like I did not
mhm,
do like a lot of the activities that a lot of the Black kids were doing, so I didn't quite feel as accepted there, and so I was really worried when I went to Hampton that I was like, man, I don't have very many Black friends at school now. Why would I go to a place where everybody's Black? They're probably not going to like me. They're going to tell me I talk white and I sound white. Um, but that's not what
mhm,
happened at all. Like I met kids from all over the country who some had the same experience that I had. Some were, really nerdy kids. They
Mm.
they loved like science. I met some people who wanted to be doctors. Like it was so
mhm.
great. And I met like really cool down to earth people. And the shocker was when I was talking to some kids in the band who like grew up in all Black areas, which was new for me. They didn't know like any white people at all, and I was
Mhm.
just fascinated by that. And so we got to learn from each other. I mean, it was an experience. It was a little bit of a culture shock, but I appreciate kind of having to navigate both of these worlds because they are different, but also not as different as people make them out to be. Like we're a
Mm.
lot more alike than we are different, and I just I want for all of us to understand that.
I'm glad you said
Oh,
that
that's
too, because
cool.
yeah, I'm glad you said that too, because that's what it all comes down to. We're more alike than what
Mhm,
we all, you
Mhm.
know, are
mm,
seen or taught or whatever. And we just
Mhm.
want
mhm.
everybody to get along, please, please everybody.
Yes,
Yeah. So you were a band kid. That's funny. That's amazing.
yes.
And I
The
was a drum
clarinet.
major.
Yeah.
Like I was conducting the band and everything.
Come on, Kanisha. Come on.
All right, come on in then. You had to
Yeah.
look.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I remember seeing a commercial about a year or so ago. It was one of those like pharmaceutical commercials, and the lady was
Mhm,
conducting the band. I was like, she's not doing it right. Like, who did they hire to do this? She's not
Yeah.
even on beat. She was like,
Like, come
I
on.
said,
Oh.
no, that is not how that goes. I went to camp
I
to
know
learn
it
how to
just bothered
conduct.
you on the inside. I bet you was like,
Yeah.
hold on,
Now
wait.
here.
They should have hired me for this.
Like, yeah. Like, I know it's been drilled into your head. Like, no, that's not it. Like, no.
That's not it,
No.
friend.
So
She
that's
tried though.
yeah, man. So that's funny. So okay, so besides coming up and being a band kid, being as talented as you are, what was
Mhm.
your first job or jobs that you had before you got bit by the acting bug, or was it always inside you to be an actress?
Ooh, like my first like real life job.
Yeah.
Um, I worked at Six Flags. One of my
Mhm.
mom's friends got me a job at Six Flags, and I got to run what was the name of the ride? The Runaway Mine Train.
Ooh.
And It's a, it's a cute little ride. It's not a very big roller coaster or anything. It's big to little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of like parents will ride with their kids. It doesn't go very high, but it can be a little bit scary in spots. And I think my favorite part about that was when I got to sit in the conductor's area and start the train because I was on the mic. And that's kind of when I was like, oh, this is fun because people were in
Yeah.
line. We're in Texas. It is hot as all get
Yes.
out. And so people waiting in this long line. And so I started playing games with people over the PA, over the mic, started trying to hype people up because, trying to pass the time. And that's kind
Right.
of where I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And so when I got to college, because I did this, I think it was right after I graduated high school. Yes, before I went to college. So when I got to college and they had auditions for the radio station, I said, maybe I could do that. This would be fun. I saw an audition in my dorm room, like in the elevator for auditions for the radio station. And I
Mm.
remember doing that at Six Flags, like over the PA, hyping people up, having fun. And so
Mhm.
I auditioned, and that's kind of how that transitioned. The other job I had at the very beginning was working in the mailroom at my mom's corporate office. That was a lonely job because she had like several, it was like a big corporate complex, and my job was to bring like copy paper to all of the copy machines. And by all of the copy machines, I mean like they had the big copy machines, the big ones, on about, I would say each building had like 12, 15 floors, and each floor had a big copy machine. And so they had the big ones in the rooms, and then like the medium sized ones at the end of each row of like cubicles. I had to replace all that paper all the time. And it was lonely, but yeah, no, it was lonely.
It was
I got to
lonely.
ride to work with my mom. I got to ride to work with my mama and see what she does. And I
Mhm.
did that. It was like a corporate complex. So there were multiple buildings that were just
Mm.
like that, like 15 floors, just rows and rows of cubicles on each floor, and then big copy machines like that. And I had to take the paper. And since I was smaller, I couldn't just, how they make the copy paper in those big boxes. I couldn't carry that, so I had to open it and move them like one ream at a time, put them on this cart. Yeah, it was lonely, but I appreciated the
And you
opportunity.
had this job after the Six Flags or before?
That was before the Six Flags.
And then
Ah.
so when
That
you
was
got to Six
yes.
Flags, you was like, okay, this is this is
Yes, it
it.
wasn't that. It wasn't that. Yes, I did that first, and I was talking to my mom about it, and then that's when she talked to her other friend who worked at Six Flags and was
Mhm.
like, "My baby's looking for a job," and I went in and auditioned. I applied and interviewed and everything like everybody else, um, and yeah, yeah. But working that job at Six Flags at that ride, that's when I thought, huh, people can do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what led me into the radio station.
And you realize that you were good with people there. Like sometimes
Hmm.
we get a job and we don't realize like how much of a people person that we are until we have to deal with a lot of people. You're like, oh wait, it's not that bad. I'm actually pretty good at this.
That's what I tell my students and my friends all the time, like God does not waste anything. Like
Mhm.
that
Mm-mm.
experience. That's why that's the first thing I think of, because I remember like, oh wait, I did get to do this. I was, like you're saying, I
Mm.
was good with people. I was good on the microphone, because some of the other people that worked, they never wanted to get up on the microphone. It was too much because we had to announce when the train was coming. We had specific things that we had to say, right? That were
Mhm.
scripted.
Mm.
But then everything else in between, I'm like, all these people waiting in this long line. It's hot. Like, let's make it fun,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
And you
got to bring
entertained
some
them.
joy.
So like
Yeah, yeah.
you were entertainer. You
We made
entertained
it a
them
whole
and I'm
game.
pretty sure they enjoyed it.
Yes, yes. Because
That's what
when
I'm
you
talking about.
hot and in line,
Woo,
Yeah. So
man.
it's great to give back and help others. And I see that you help by mentoring and teaching others. Is there someone that inspired you to teach? others in that kind of way, or is just something that you just, picked up on your own?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try really hard not to cry. It's two people that come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
In college, I was I was in the honors college program at Hampton University, and the
Mm,
dean of that program, her name was Dr. Freddie Davy, and
yeah.
she was the one. She was like the hardest teacher to have, like. And from
Yeah.
what I remember, like her classes were always really hard, but it was because she expected a lot of us. And we
Mm,
had a capstone class before we could graduate. We had to do this capstone class and do this whole presentation about like what we wanted to do with our lives and um, what the next step is after graduation. And I remember being, because I got a scholarship as an honor student, I took every single class, but the only one that was a requirement was capstone, and she was the only one that taught that class. And like I avoided her like the plague because she was scary.
mm,
And when I got to that class, I remember going to her office and I said, Dr. Davy, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And I'm
mm,
scared. And she took a moment and sat with me, and she made me feel okay with that. And that moment right there helped me, like that. I'm always very mindful about, see, I told y'all I was trying to be cute.
it's all right. It's all
You
right.
still
It's
cute.
okay.
You're
um
still cute. You just cute with tears. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
I
all right.
I'm always very mindful of that when I ask other students because of the patience she showed me as a
Mhm,
college kid who wasn't quite sure, because there were a lot of kids there that like wanted to go off to law school. They wanted to go to medical school. Like they were very clear on their path, and I really wasn't. I had done the radio station. I was a journalism major, but I knew that I didn't really like the news. I was too emotional to like do the
Mm,
news. So Dr. Davy, when I explained to her that I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my life, and I was very worried. I was sitting in her office, started tearing up, don't know what to do. She found this paper that I had written. I don't even remember what class it was, but it was this short, it was like a short story, I think, called Hats. And it was about this girl who always felt like she had to put on a different hat in each part of her life. Like she had to put on a hat to be someone's daughter. I have to act like this. And then I have to put on this hat to be a student, and I have to act and behave like this. And then I have to put on this hat when I go to church and act and behave like that. And she was getting so frustrated. She just really wanted to wear just the one hat that was just
mm,
herself. And so it was
mhm,
this metaphor that I had written. Like I said, I don't even remember what the class was, but she found it and she said, "This is really good. I'm going to put you on program at my church and you're going to present this." And the thing that was so intimidating about Dr. Davy is like whenever she asked you to do something, it really was rhetorical. Like this, you don't have a choice. You're going to do this thing. And
mhm,
so now out of nowhere, I had to take this paper that I wrote and make it like this one woman show. And so I remember going to her youth group and I turned it into a performance, and it was a huge hit. And that's really like what propelled me into performing specifically, because I
mhm,
didn't even know that I was capable of doing that. But Dr. Davy saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And I tear up because she passed a couple
mm,
of years after I graduated, and she had written me an email, because now mind you, after I graduated college and went on and I started doing stuff and I really got involved in acting, and then I was in commercials and other stuff like that, she wanted me to write back to the students, like send
mm,
something. And I said, Dr. Davy, I'll do you one better. I will make a whole video. And I had this whole big plan to do it, and she passed before I got to do it. And I always
mm,
felt
mhm,
really guilty about that.
yeah.
But she was the one that saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And as an educator, she always talked about our job is just to pull out what's already there.
Yeah.
And the way that she comforted me and guided me, that's the type of educator and coach that I endeavor to be with other people, to
Yeah.
have that level of patience, And she was intimidating because she asked a lot of you,
Yeah.
not because she was mean. She wasn't. Now I see it as an adult. She wasn't
Yeah.
mean. She just had a very high standard,
Hmm.
and she forced everybody to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
That can
Yeah.
be intimidating. That can be
Hmm.
Yeah.
intimidating
As a
to.
kid, you just want to hang, but she always made you think deeper
Mm-hmm.
and reach deeper. So yeah,
Yeah.
And we want to
And
give a big shout out to to Dr. Davy.
Dr. Davy.
yeah.
Yes, for everything that she inspires you to be, because you are so wonderful.
Hmm.
Um, and just to say, like, even though you didn't get the chance to go back to the school and do that for her, um, I'm pretty sure that you've made her happy in so many other ways.
I
Yeah.
I I really hope so. I did some substitute teaching, and every time I get an opportunity to teach anything, like I think about her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I graduated in '06, so that's how long
Yeah.
it's been.
I
Oh,
was
I'm old.
right. I'm right behind you in '06. I was supposed to
Mhm.
graduate '06, but I graduated '07, and
Mhm.
and I feel that you're honoring her in a very special kind of way, like you said, in the way that learn from her and grown as a person and teaching
Mhm.
others. So that's a full circle moment, if you ask me. That's very beautiful,
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
empowering too.
I
Mhm.
received that.
Mhm.
Yes. So thank you for doing what you do. And
Yes.
I also want to add that how else did you feed your art? Because we talked to many actors and artists, writers, and everybody that's in this crazy industry. And besides, you doing voiceovers and acting and teaching, what's you know a hobby or something that you do to feed that inner art inside? Because sometimes we step away from what we do, we find other things to do. So, is there
Mhm.
anything that you do to feed your art any kind of way?
That's always a hard question for me.
Hmm.
Because a lot of the hobbies that I do have are still connected to the art. Like I
Yeah,
like to go watch plays.
beautiful.
I
Mm.
plan to go watch one later this evening. I love watching live theater. That's kind of been like the first love on the stage.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm very big on supporting local artists, supporting my friends, supporting just the craft because I like to learn and continue to grow, and you
yeah,
always learn something new when you go watch other people work.
Mhm.
mm,
So that's one thing that I like to do. I like to watch films, watch I will go to the movies by myself sometimes because I'm just like,
yep,
I just need a minute. I need a minute,
yeah,
especially when I get stressed. I'm like, you know what? It's 11 o'clock. I learned this from my father. I always thought he was a little weird, but he would go, to the early movie,
hmm
the
Mm.
matinee. And
it
I'm
is.
like,
Yes.
Oh,
Daddy, who goes to see a movie at 10:30 in the morning? And then I
yeah,
did it once and I was like, oh,
You onto something.
yeah,
I take
yeah,
it back. Forget what I said. This is where it's at.
yeah. That's that's
Like when you
that's it,
go
right?
to the movies by yourself, do you still like treat yourself? Do you get like the popcorn and all the stuff you want?
I will be full and still buy popcorn because it's part of the experience. Like it's
Yes,
not a movie unless you have popcorn. I don't really
yeah,
like getting like a lot of candy and soda and stuff like that, but I have to
mm,
have some popcorn for some
yeah.
good
Mm-hmm.
ramen.
Amen. Have
Yes,
you? No, for real. I'd be doing that too. People like, why you going to place it? Listen, try it. You'll see. I'll go to lunch by
it's
myself,
so
dinner.
fulfilling.
Hmm.
Yeah. Have
And a
you?
lot of times I want to see stuff that like maybe people don't want to see. I went to see In and Out by
Mm,
myself. And then I went to
Mm.
see In and Out too. Because I mean it's a Disney, it's animated. I don't know. Is it Disney? It's
Mm-hmm.
animated.
Pixar.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, Pixar.
Pixar, yes.
Yeah.
And my friends are like, girl, that's a kid movie. Why you want that movie had me crying. It's
Yeah.
deep.
Man, I'm
It's
Yes.
telling you,
always a message.
it
Yes.
always.
Mhm.
Have
That's, I find
you?
myself doing that all the time, like, cause I'm so into Disney. Like, I love The Little Mermaid, Barbie, like all of that stuff. I'm such a big kid in heart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
when something comes out that I feel like my husband don't want to watch, I'll go watch it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I have daughters that I can take, I'll be like, I
Mm.
gotta be a little loud, or I'm
Right.
because you can't really enjoy because now you're a mom and you still can't just what I'm saying, just be
Just
just a
watch it.
person there watching it, right? You have to
Because
cater
somebody's
to
gonna need something.
right. I need
Yeah.
to go to the restroom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So that one moment alone is awesome, and I like that you said that you like theater. Um, I just recently seen Moulin Rouge in Chicago.
Ooh.
Um, and um, oh gosh, help me out, Wayne Brady. And
Yeah, I think he's in that right now. Yeah.
yes, Wayne Brady was in it, and what's his name? Lord help me. From Stella
Well,
Got a Groove Back. Why am I not? Tay Diggs. Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs. Oh, really?
Tay
mm,
Diggs and Wayne Brady are in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Absolutely
mm.
the show was so amazing. I don't know if you can get there and go watch it, but if you can, you are in for a treat. And I don't know how long they're gonna be doing it. I know they just with theater sometimes you have um a amount of time that you're contracted to be there. Then after your contract's over, then you may end up venturing on to do other things, and then somebody else comes
Yeah.
in and they right. So I don't know how long their contract is to be there, but it was one of the best shows that I've seen. So,
And live theater is a whole experience.
It
Like
mhm,
is.
you have to turn your phone off. You have to
mhm,
Mhm.
just like be present with the other people you're enjoying the show with. It's a whole vibe by itself.
mhm,
And
Yeah.
sometimes like my friends who generally only do on camera work,
mhm,
film and TV, sometimes those worlds don't cross. Like I have theater
Right.
mhm.
friends who don't really do a lot of on camera work, and I have on camera friends who don't are not really interested in live theater. And I'm like, y'all, you're
Man.
missing out.
Yeah.
Both of them. Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I,
But
Yeah.
I
that's a
actually
vibe.
do theater and film. I love
Yeah.
it. I
Mhm.
think the reason why I ended up wanting to do theater is because I like to sing. So that's one of my
Oh
hobbies
yeah.
that I do outside of acting and things like that. I like to write poetry and I like to sing. So theater was like that one space where I can kind of mend both of them together. And so if you ever out here in Houston and I have a show that I'm a part of, I will definitely send you the information and see if you would
Oh,
like
I'm
to come
already
down.
there. I am already there. I love to watch a good show, man. I
Yeah.
love it. Love it, love it, love it. Already there.
I
Mhm.
think my favorite one that I did was called Why I Hate Church Folks. It was
Mm.
so funny. Funniest theater show that I have been a part of. Also, I was a part of Beauty Box. It's just a few that's been out here. I've been working with Andrea Taylor. She's amazing. Um, and she's taking her theater films, her theater shows, and turning them into films and submitting them in Atlanta. So we got to go and support her because she's out there. She's from
Mhm.
Texas, and she's
Yes.
representing Texas in Georgia, where it's heavy. Theater is heavy in Georgia. So just want to shout her out and say, hey, we're gonna support you from here.
Yes. We gotta support. We gotta support.
Yes,
hmm
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, go ahead, Jose.
Lady Kings of Texas, can you share with the audience the importance of what y'all do?
So our film, Lady Kings of Texas, it's a film that has been a labor of love for like 2.5 years now with
Mhm.
some acting colleagues of mine who
Mhm.
we all met in and around this acting class in LA. Myself and Giovanni, who I believe you all interviewed before.
Mhm.
Um, I already knew her here in DFW, but the film itself is our response to the overturning of Roe v. Wade
Mhm.
and women losing their rights. And so, as artists, we were coming up with ideas of like, okay, we have to, in a creative way, um, figure out something to say and to fight back. And so that's what the film is. It is a dark comedy about women's rights, where the goal is to utilize some lighter moments to talk about really heavy things so that people can really get a sense of what's going on. I know for me, reading news headlines and one-off stories, like, it's easy to forget, but when you have
Mm,
like a visual picture of like what that world could look a uh like a warning almost, it
yeah.
can
Mhm.
it can kind of adjust things. And that's our goal with the project, along with opening up conversation for everybody to, for one side to speak to the other side and like
Hmm.
really think about what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're voting for. Like, this is what could happen. What's really interesting about this project, like I said, it's been a labor of love for almost 3 years now, a little
Hmm.
over 2.5 years. And as we've been writing the stuff, it's like we were thinking of things that, like, oh, this would never happen, let's put it in the movie, just kind of like warn people. And then the next thing you know, stuff is happening. So we
Hmm.
kind of have had to like tweak. It's that it's like this, you know what they say about like the Simpsons effect, where
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
will write stuff in the show that's silly, and then next thing you know, it happens in real life. So there's been a lot of rewrites happening, because it's like, oh my gosh, we wrote this like that could never happen,
Yeah.
and now here we are,
Mhm.
and painting a real picture of what this world could look like for
Mm,
Mhm.
me as a Black woman, a part of this film. My goal with the project was to speak to the unique experiences of being a woman and being Black. Because
mhm,
there's this sense of like, oh, we're all women, we need to get together. We women should come together. And it's like, well, we have to also address other reasons why women are not all together.
mm,
Not all
Mhm.
people identify as a woman first in
yeah.
their experience in life. I identify as a Black person first before being a woman. And so some of the issues that I deal with as a Black woman, some of the white actors have not had that experience. And it's like, oh, wow. So the four of us in writing this project, coming together, we've all been able to kind of learn from each other in our experiences of just the different things that affect us on a day-to-day basis, in addition to losing abortion rights. Like, what does that
Mm,
mean? What does that mean for me versus what does that mean for a white woman? What does that mean for someone who's an immigrant versus someone who is, in the 2% tax bracket, right? Uh, Different, we're trying to touch on different aspects of womanhood and how that affects us all differently. But like I said earlier, we're a lot more alike than we are different. So
mhm.
I think that's the running theme
Yeah.
of my
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
Trying to help people
Yeah.
see, like, on different in different arenas, like, you're a lot more alike than you are different.
Yeah. No,
So
Mhm.
that's
we're actually
mm,
going into production in a couple weeks now. So it's been a long
Mhm.
time coming. So we're excited about that. Follow us, ladykingsofTexas.com, or our Instagram page, Lady Kings of Texas, to keep up
mm,
with the journey. It's been amazing.
mhm. And
Everybody, please go follow. Please go follow. Follow, follow, follow.
yeah, most definitely. And shout out to you all of you ladies and everybody who contributed. I know it was a lot to just get this project
Mhm.
off and be creative and go back in there as a writer and as a no woman yourself. I'm a man. I'm over here like yes, because
Yeah, amen.
I like for real, like seriously, because like I have a lot of women in my family, and I always learn to be respectful to women and everything else. And we need y'all. We couldn't do none of this. Like seriously, I know I might get a lot of
Mhm.
flack from men. I don't care. We can't do nothing without y'all. And when I saw
Mhm.
Giovanni post about this, and I read about, it, I'm like, oh, this is dope because we need to understand from y'all perspective what
Mhm.
y'all go through because y'all have a voice.
Yep.
And ever since way back when,
Mm-hmm.
before our time, y'all were
Mm-hmm.
getting things done behind the scenes, and now y'all on the forefront. So yeah, we need y'all, and I'm loving. I'm getting. I look forward to seeing everything that y'all put out there with this film and just the conversations because these are conversations that we need to have, like you said. And me personally, as a man, saying like, why are there other men making decisions on what y'all have to go through and what y'all do? So I know
That's the part.
it'll become a whole different podcast.
Right.
We'll be on here for like hours, but I just want to say, thank y'all for what y'all doing, and it's beautiful what y'all doing. So thank y'all. So
Thank
coming from
you.
man to y'all, so
Yeah,
thank you.
That's so wonderful to hear because
yeah,
that
because
is
we
one of our goals.
yeah.
We don't want it to be. It's
Yeah,
not like it's not a man hating movie. It's not that at all. Like we've had a
Mhm,
thank
couple
you.
of table reads here recently, and like people were crying. Like
Mm,
the goal is for everybody to see everybody else, and it's like,
yeah,
wait, we need all everybody. We need to all come
mhm.
together to help shift the trajectory of what's going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
So thank
Because
you.
really, sometimes, people just tend to forget, and I don't mean to like go deep into it, but sometimes people forget that sometimes women have abortions for their health reasons. It's not always
mm,
just because a
yeah,
mistake was made. Sometimes
Mm-mm.
the woman is trying to fight for her life, and it's either her or the baby. And huh, I've been here for 30 years already. I mean, the baby hasn't been here yet. Like,
Right? They
and
knew.
I could maybe make another one if you give me another life to be able to do that. But I
mm,
can't just say, hey, I just want to lay down my whole life of and other kids that I may have or my career and all of this because of this pregnancy. And it's
mm,
so crazy that women are having to go through these things,
And there's
and we
not
applaud
enough.
you for like bringing this to the forefront in a way that maybe the men could understand.
And other women. Like
Mhm,
we
mm,
want the goal. Like we touch on a lot of different topics in the film,
yeah,
and we want people to see like exactly what you said. The reasons why people would have an abortion are bigger than just
mm,
oopsie.
yeah,
mhm,
And there's a lot more consideration to it. It's not like, I couldn't get a pill, so let me just get rid of this,
yeah,
right?
mhm,
Also, on the flip side of that, people do want to have kids and maybe they can't. Maybe they have
yeah,
tried. Maybe they
mhm,
are, maybe they have health issues.
yeah,
There are womanhood is diverse.
mhm,
Womanhood is a whole hood full of different ideas, different perspectives, different needs, different
mhm,
issues, and we're speaking to the fact that if you can't do this one thing, you still have value.
mhm,
mm,
That's the goal. Like, and so each of the characters are facing different things, and it's we have done a lot of work and study and conversations with various people, with various women from different walks of life, with different experts. Like, we really have put a lot of time and energy into um, pinpointing multiple perspectives on this issue so that the conversation can get started and people can see things from someone else's point of view in a way that I hope brings healing and
mm,
reconciliation, and that we can all get on the same page to turn things around before
mhm,
it gets worse.
yes. So
And we
please,
also want people to laugh because
yes,
you gotta laugh to keep from crying. That's what we keep
yeah,
saying.
mhm,
You gotta laugh to keep from crying. So there's a lot of fun moments in there as well. Um, but at the end of the day, it's important, and it's been a labor of love and an honor to utilize your gifting in this way. So I
mhm.
hope that people receive it the same way we're putting it out there.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we're definitely ready to receive it. I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm,
Um,
Good.
yeah, for real, for real. I want to
mhm,
get into. You're welcome. You're welcome. I want to get into voiceover work, and
Yeah.
we, you've done a lot of things, which is amazing. Like from Dragon Ball Z to One Piece to Borderlands 4. You've done a lot of Borderlands, so congrats on that. A very popular game, and a new favorite that everyone is coming to know and learn. I'm trying not to butcher it because I'm about to get into this anime, and I'm looking forward to it. Get hold on, help me out.
I want to see what
G-
you got first.
I want to see. I'm trying to pronounce it the right way because I hate butchering these names and everything. Um, how you pronounce it? Got
I'm,
got. Help me out.
Gachia? Is it Gachia? Yeah. Is the first part right?
so I have been saying Gachiakuta,
That's what I
and
thought it was
That's
pronounced.
what I yeah.
that's
Okay.
not right. From what
Oh.
from what I learned is this is what I think it is. And
Okay.
please forgive me, people, if I say it wrong. It's Gachiakuta,
Got you,
like
Akata.
Gachi Akuta,
Oh,
Got you.
Gachiakuta.
Okay. Okay.
Gachi Akuta. And oh my gosh, I looked this up what it means.
Okay.
And just because we're talking about it right now, I'm blanking, but it's Gachi Akuta.
Got you, Akata. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you for clearing it up for myself and many
Yeah.
others.
That's neat.
And
I was
listen,
like,
I was
that's
saying it
neat.
wrong too.
And you're a part of the show. You're like, I was saying it wrong. I'm part of the show. So,
Yes.
tell us about your experience when you go to, these conventions and everything. I know it is a totally different insanity of craziness, but also fun and people like making drawings of you and being fans. And you're a light too. And we talked to Cynthia K. McWilliams, who does voiceover too. I think y'all should meet. I think y'all would hit it off. But
Hey,
I
you're
love it.
but
onto
I love it.
something, Job.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, y'all should meet. I'm gonna just
Mm.
go ahead and say, Cynthia, you should talk to her and and a lot of
Let's
similarities.
make it happen. I love
Yeah,
it.
for real. And Cynthia is so sweet.
Very
But talk
sweet.
about your experience at these conventions because I know like you're you're doing so much healing just by being a character voice for a lot of people from young to older to our age, just like Cree Summer and
Mm.
a lot of others. So how does it feel to be some do voiceover work as a black queen?
This I this is one of those things that again, I truly believe God does not waste anything.
Yeah.
This has really blessed me in ways that is hard to articulate.
Hmm.
I did not know because I, watching anime is new to me, right?
Hmm.
I auditioned as an actor, looking at it from an acting standpoint.
Mhm.
You audition for everything just like you do on camera. Voiceovers are no different for me at this stage of my career auditioning. They send you the script, you see it. Sometimes you get a drawing of the character and a little blurb about them, and then they send you some dialogue to record and you submit it. And if they like you get the job. This particular role, I actually knew the director already, and he reached out to my agent about me. And playing Seymour Greer, because of the type of show it is, because this character is browner. From my understanding, from the people who have reached out and explained to me some of the manga in anime, it's not necessarily that she's a black character, but
Mm.
she's browner, and like
Hmm.
the way we see it in America, like clearly she is a different shade than everybody else.
Yeah.
And so having her be voiced by a black woman, the director, Lee George, such a visionary. He was very intentional because of the type of show it is, and where this character lives. Like she is more street. So he wanted
Yeah.
her to sound like a real black woman would sound,
Yeah.
and being directed that way was very new for me. I'm used to going in and trying to sound as neutral as possible, being directed to sound as neutral, um, non-regional, specific as possible. And so
Mhm.
to actually bring more of my full self to a role meant a lot to me. I had
Hmm.
no idea. It wasn't until after the fan responses and the reactions to it, like, oh, we got, because there's not very many brown characters in anime at all, not many black
Mhm.
characters in and like any animes. And so to have somebody and then be represented accurately,
Mhm.
representation is so important to me.
Mhm.
And everybody's response has just been so overwhelming. It's such a joy and it's an honor and it's something that I don't take lightly. Um, convention wise, like I have done a few conventions,
Mhm.
not specifically for this, not since doing this character, but I'm looking forward to hopefully next year. That's one of my goals, to get out there a little bit more than I have been in years
Yeah.
past. It's really an honor meeting people. Like, it can be a lot. I have had messages where people have told me like personal things that they were dealing with, and it wasn't until I watched this show it really got me out of some dark places, or
Ah.
somebody was really like about to harm themselves and they were playing the game Borderlands. And I remember she sent me this message and she was so devastated that the character, she dies in that game. Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
In Borderlands 3. This is in
Yeah.
Borderlands 3, not in
Yeah.
4. Um, which, if y'all want to bring her back, I'm cool with that too.
Please do.
Just throwing that out there.
Throw it
But
out there.
yeah, she was so devastated, and she showed me this. She sent me this whole message of how, playing this game and this character she connected with so deeply, how much it meant to her. And I've gotten a lot of messages like that. And as someone who, I'm not much of a gamer, my husband does
Mhm.
play games, and I do see
Mm.
how, like, he'll have a hard day and just be really frustrated, but then go in and play his game. Him and his brother have been playing Halo since the beginning of time. Like, they
Yeah.
are huge, huge first person shooter game fans. I think that's what
Mhm.
it's called. See,
Mhm.
all of this is new to me.
Yeah.
Um, but how the way that I feel about film and television, like I told y'all earlier, when I go
Mhm.
see a play, how that can be healing for me. I did not realize that people were having the same experience playing these games,
Mhm.
watching these anime series. Like, I had no idea. And so it's been an honor just learning and hearing the feedback and the fan support. And especially for us as Black people, like,
Mhm.
having that bit of representation is so important. And I'm doing my best to do her justice. And I hope people enjoy it. I really do. I hope people enjoy it and feel seen. That's always
Mhm.
important to me. I like when I watch something and I'm like, I get that experience. I
Mhm.
love being able to be on the other side of that, for other people to feel seen.
Yeah.
I hope that answers the
Mhm.
question. That
No,
was too
that
long to
does.
rant about.
No, that was perfect because it was a long answer. I'm sorry because I just like honoring y'all and what y'all do. I know you and Giovanni do voiceover work. I know a lot of people. They just this is about you, so you're fine. So yeah, no, I just love it because it's you know it's really great to see to hear more of us tackle or just get into voiceover work because I was Cynthia came and Williams told us about that. I think the first time I met her at the Chicago convention at the Chicago Actors Empowerment Summit, and she was saying she wants to see more of Black women get into that because we need to empower others through that art too. And she was saying,
Mhm.
like, think about Cree
Mhm.
Summer and this person as growing up and hearing that voice come through that screen. And I didn't notice until I got a little bit older, being a big kid myself. I'm like, this is really dope just seeing that and hearing this and being able to
Mhm.
relate to others with these crazy cartoon characters. So no, thank you again for what you
Mhm.
do. So this is a whole thank you show for you. This is what this is.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, speaking of Cree Summer, I saw an interview where she talked about when she got to do the voice for Susie Carmichael on
yeah,
Rugrats, and how cool it
Mhm.
was for her.
yeah,
Like, this is a little Black girl who is
yeah.
fully Black. Like,
Mhm,
she got
Mhm.
braids, pigtails. Her parents are educated,
mhm,
and like she
Mhm.
got like how cool it was for her to do. Because
Mhm.
like I said, we're so used to being talked. out of your blackness
Yeah.
as it
Mhm.
were, right? To try to appeal
Yeah.
to really just be as neutral as possible.
Mhm.
Um and to
Mhm.
have that experience where it's like, no, we want a little bit of flavor. We want a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
we want all
Yeah,
that.
I
And the
mean,
fact that the audience was able to pick up on it, that's what really blessed me, that like people caught
mhm.
it. And that was all Lee George. Like I told you, I was fully prepared to keep it keep it neutral. He was like, nah, that's not what I want.
Like, and when you say keep it neutral, we gotta tap a little bit into that because it happens. It happens. No, it do. You know it
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just we just we feel like we have to dummy down our our accents,
Mm-hmm.
our
Mm-hmm.
our reactions, our excitement, our aggressionness, our aggression or our passion about something, because our passion can be looked at as like, oh wait, it's
Mm-hmm. Too
you know,
much.
it's
Mm.
you're too rowdy, man.
Mm-hmm. You're too
We
fill in the
can't use
blank.
certain verbiage
Yeah.
or we can't do certain things like how we have
Mm.
to like this is like, okay,
This is
we
it.
know what we're saying, but if we was
We
in
know.
person, we'd be like, girl, we'd be
Mm-hmm.
all over the place and we have to
Yeah.
dummy it down. So we have to dummy ourselves down. The men too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And, to be a part of something that says, no, be yourself. We love that. That's what we hired you for. We want that. That feels so great. It feels
Mm-hmm.
so great.
And like I said, I always bring up Lee because he's a black man himself, and being
Mhm.
able to, as the director, be in a position. That's why it's so important to have more of us in the
Yes.
rooms where these decisions
Mm.
are made, in the rooms where the direction is happening, because we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. Because there's also a fine line. You don't want to tiptoe
Mhm.
too far where now you're like shucking and
Mm.
jiving and cooning, you know? Because
That part.
Mhm.
there's been moments where we're in the booth and we'd be like, that was a little too much. Let's dial it back. I
Dial
remember
it
one
back.
time I said a line too much and I was like, I said something like, oh Lord, what we gonna do? And I said, wait, that's giving it's
Right.
it's giving Underground Railroad. Let's
Right. Right.
it's giving
Right.
Harriet Tubman. That's not the direction. Let's
Mm-mm.
take
Mm-mm.
that
Mm-mm.
again.
Mm-mm. Take it back. Take it back. The smell.
So just being able to navigate those spaces, and it's been
Mhm.
so much fun working with him, recording, doing the English dub, because that's the other thing. We do the English dub of something that's already established, right?
Yeah.
So there's another Japanese voice actress that does the original Simu Greer. So I also have to match the tone of what she already had, but use
Mhm.
my flavor or my ness. I always call it, this is my ness.
Love that.
Mm.
Put sprinkle a little bit of me on it for the
Yeah.
American audience, or the English audience rather. Um, and that's been a fun dance, and it's so great to be able to do that with another black person who understands the nuance of just that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's so cool that people pick up on it. The fact that people
Yeah.
heard her first episode when she came out, immediately people were like, oh, that's a black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she black, because I do the same thing. I do that as a
Mm-hmm.
voice actor when I hear
Yeah.
commercials, when I hear narrations for like audiobooks and stuff. I'm like, oh no, that person's black. Because there are certain things that we say, the way we say it, the way we do it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of have a sing-song cadence to
Mm-hmm.
our speech pattern. Like you could pick up on it immediately.
Mhm.
And so the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
fact that other people did, it was like, yes, we did our job.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
That's so amazing. Um, so I love that you get to show your range as an artist, and you're part of Bass Reeves and Grey's Anatomy. But
Mhm.
what genre is your favorite?
That is an unfair question. On camera, because as I grow as an actor, it changes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think at this season in my life, I like film. the most.
Mm-hmm.
I do really well in drama. I tend to be hired to play, like my essence is a little bit more authoritative, right? I play a lot of people in positions of power. Um, but as I've been growing and taking class, I learned like I'm actually pretty funny. I didn't know that because there's a skill set. Comedy is way harder than it
Yes.
looks. There is a rhythm to it. There is a
Mhm.
technique. There's so much specificity in comedy, and if you don't hit certain words the right way, the joke doesn't land. You have
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
know who has the joke and where the joke is. The joke, do I have the joke, or is it like in basketball where you set up a layup? I think that's what it's called. I
Mhm.
don't play basketball, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come for me.
I got you. I play basketball. I got you. You in the right area. Go ahead.
Right?
You good?
You
You
got to
good?
set it up for the other person to
Mhm.
dunk
To
it or
dunk it.
whatever.
Bam.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a dance, there's a specific rhythm, and I've been
Mhm.
learning just in some of the classes I've been taking, like, oh, I can actually do comedy. I would love to do
Mm.
more of that. But I think right now in my life, I'm very much about, I'm very into like psychology and the
Mm.
mind and how and why people do what they do. So I
Mm.
do enjoy drama for that reason. Um, yeah, I like film and I like drama, but I'm in this kind of in between place of I'm interested, also interested to explore a little bit more comedy. I've not had as many comedic opportunities. Even in the Lady Kings of Texas film, I play a little bit more of the straight man to
Mm.
other people having the so that the whole moment is funny. I have to be the one that's like responds like this
Mm. Gotcha.
so that the whole thing is funny.
Mhm.
But I'm like, maybe I do want to be the silly person, you know? Try that.
Yes. I could definitely see you doing some comedic, some comedic moments. I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna have to double into that. Yes.
And the other
And
thing
I
I
know.
want to do, the other thing that I really have always wanted to do is kids shows. Like I
Mm,
do always play somebody serious. I generally am somebody's mama who has to cry, which is fine. I love that. I appreciate I appreciate all of it. But
Mm.
um, I'm a grounded person. Like a really, sometimes I could be a little too deep. That's a lot of my essence. But things that I enjoy on a personal level. Like I told you, I went to see In and Out too by myself. Like I love
Mm.
kids shows and I love
mhm,
light-hearted things um that have a deeper message to them. One of
mhm.
my bucket list shows, and I don't even know if it airs anymore, but I always wanted to be on Blue's Clues.
Oh,
Ah.
That
yes.
is my favorite kids show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk down to the children.
Yeah.
yes. I
um
like Blue's Clues. One thing I did not like about Blue's Clues is that big old notebook. I was like, why would the notebook and the pen got to be so big?
because they have little bitty hands.
That
They have
maybe,
tiny
yeah.
hands and they need to be able to
Yeah.
see.
That is,
I
yeah.
love the notebook.
Yeah.
Well, everything else was like normal size, but the notebook, it was like we doing
they,
here. But
they,
I love all those kind of things. And my guys know that do the podcast with me. That's one thing I inspire to do as well, like Disney and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I love those type of things. I would love to do like the Mermaid or the Lion King or something like
Ooh,
that's my
yeah.
stuff, right? So you said Blue's Clues will be one of your bucket list things, but do you have something that's actually running right now that you would like to go for?
I would love to be on Severance. I know.
Mm.
ooh,
Pendulum swing,
Oh,
completely
ooh,
different world, but like, oh, Severance is so good. It's
yeah.
mm.
so deep, like you have to follow it. You have to pay attention to what's going on, and like as an actor, watching these people have to play like split versions. Have y'all seen that show?
I seen a
It's
couple of them. Yeah,
really
it's really,
it's
Yeah.
it's intense. Like the
yes.
to have to play two different versions of yourself, like
Mm.
just the mind foolishness of it is like juicy to me.
Hmm.
But I would love to be on Severance. I also my favorite actress right now is Karen Pittman on the morning
Mm.
show. She's also on Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Sh-
Mhm.
she's just so wonderful. I would love to do like the morning show. Um, and if I'm and in comedy vein, I love a show called oh, what is it about the therapists? Shrinking on
Mm.
Apple
Mm.
TV.
Okay. I know. Yeah.
It Jessica Williams is hilarious on there about these therapists who have crazy lives themselves. do not They do not need to be offering advice to nobody, but it's wonderful. It's so
Yeah.
wonderful because it speaks to the human experience. I think at the end of the day, I'm just always fascinated about what does it mean to be human? And like all of the
Mhm.
shows that I mentioned, like these people have these unique human experiences where everything is not right or wrong. There's a
Mhm.
lot of gray area. It's a lot of stuff that's off. It's a lot of stuff that's like, well, I don't know. And you don't know who to root for. You don't know, like,
Mm.
technically, you showed up to work drunk. Like, how am I supposed to be listening to you? But then also, you just said something really wise that could
Mhm.
bless my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
I,
how life is.
no, for
So,
real. I was told. Who was it? Somebody told me that n- always listen to the person that's trying to give you some advice because there's some type of gem in there somewhere. No matter how crazy or whatever, it's something
mhm.
in there that you can pull from that you can be like, I kind of understand. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah. No, I get it. Trust
You
me.
can learn from a fool. That's what the Bible
Yes.
say.
I
That's
know
another
my
saying
son
right there.
always told me a drunk man never tell no lies.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
You
facts.
want to get the truth? Talk to a drunk person.
Hmm.
They have no
Pass them a
filter.
few drinks. Fat,
Hmm.
pass them a few drinks, and then
Have a
let's
few
talk.
drinks.
Thought
I
about
also
that.
have, yeah. I also have a saying
Mhm.
that you can understand what a alcoholic is telling you, no matter they
Mhm.
speaking gibberish or not. Like
Mhm.
you, all you gonna do is point and speak gibberish. You gonna understand exactly what he's talking about, and how expressive he is or she is. So yeah, you understand what an alcoholic is saying.
But she
Oh,
brought something really crazy to my thought process here. Think about that, like therapists. I mean, they give life advice.
They give life
So what
advice.
is in shambles? Are they not like? Are they not certified anymore?
But here's the
Or
thing, I think they are the best people to give the advice though, because they lived it.
right.
mm,
They lived it. My therapist now, I am an advocate for therapy. I think
Yes.
mhm,
everybody, if you can, like, makes a huge difference. She is oftentimes, sharing examples from her own life experience when appropriate, of course. But like
Mm.
on the show, like these people will literally show up to work drunk, kind of things. But when you've dealt with loss, I know the lead
mhm,
character.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't think of his name right now. He was on How I Met Your Mother. His character is dealing with grief, the loss of his wife, and one of
mhm,
his patients lost his mom, like, in, I don't
mm,
remember which season that was, one or two,
Mm.
but lost his mom. So he's acquainted with grief, so I can help you walk through this.
Mhm.
mhm.
But it also, the thing that I like about that show is a lot of times the therapists are also learning from their patients.
Yes,
Mm.
I can get that part.
That's the thing that I also really love about Grey's Anatomy. A lot of times the doctors come in with,
Mhm.
one thing, and then they get some sort of life lesson from the patients and the people that they're trying to help. It's
Mhm,
it's a really well written show. So again, it's just you can learn from everywhere. Like I
Yeah.
said, I am all about learning, and
mhm.
I always believe that God speaks to me through this craft and different shows and different
Yes.
films and plays. There's always a lesson and a word in there.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
I agree.
That sounds very like I like them because at the end of the day, they could be in the middle of like telling somebody something, and they'd be like, and they stop me like, I need to listen to that myself too. It's like
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
Hmm.
actually that could probably help me. Like, did I say that? Did that come out of me? Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's
But
what that's how life is too. I have
mhm.
had
Yeah.
people say stuff to me that I said, and I'm like, I said that.
Yeah.
That was
I said,
that was good. Let me write down what I
yeah,
said, because
yeah.
and that's
Put
how
that
I know
on.
the God be moving, because stuff will come out of my mouth that I'm like, I said that, Lord, really? I need to take that advice
Right?
myself.
I'm gonna put that on the shirt so I can remember. Right down the next Bible study. I got you. I was
Copyright
too funny. I was gonna say, so you were on The Chosen, and you also worked
Hmm.
alongside another friend of the show, Celicy. He was really cool when we had him on here.
Mhm.
And you worked alongside with him as well on was it the
The
between
lines between.
between?
Mhm.
Thank you for correcting me. But how do you approach your two different sets, two different characters,
Hmm.
two different times? How do you approach some of the characters that you portrayed, and how do you decompress after it's all done?
Oh, that's a good question. For me, one, approaching the character, it always starts with the story.
Hmm.
I am very much the type that's like, okay, what is the story we're trying to tell?
Yeah.
I try very hard to take myself out of this. What's the story we're trying to tell? And then we figure out, how do I fit into this bigger picture? Right? That's always really, really important to me, that it's not about me. Because every time I have done that, and it's very easy to do as actors, we're thinking about, oh, where's my lines? Like, you flip through the script and you're looking at your own lines and you're thinking about yourself. And as I've aged, I've learned, like, what's most important is the story that we're being, the story that's being told, and like, how
Mhm.
do I fit in it? So I always start with the story there. And as far as like decompressing, that is good. I don't know that I've honestly, I don't know that I've mastered that yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is hard to let a character go
Yeah.
when you wrap the project and you step away. Um, I remember when I did The Chosen, it helped that I had to fly to Utah to shoot some of those scenes.
Mm.
Like, the actual physical act of packing up my stuff and coming back home and kind of doing that, being in a different place, helped me sort of let that go. Um, but I wasn't on the show as long,
Right.
so that one was easy to sort of step back from. For me, on a personal note, with that particular show, like, I had a moment where my character is asking Jesus a very deep question.
Mm.
And that has sat with me. It still sits with me.
Yeah.
When did I shoot that? I don't know. That was sometime around COVID
Yeah.
Mhm.
that I was on it. And I asked, basically asking Jesus, like, how long? Like, when will you fix this? When
Mm.
will you if you're the Messiah? And just me as a believer myself, the idea of asking the Lord to his face, why? And
Yeah.
when you gonna fix it? If you are who people say that you are.
Mhm.
The weight of that was like, whew.
Ooh, especially during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right, right. During that
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah. Scary times.
So
Man.
that one is something that I still think about even to this day, of the
Mhm.
weight of that particular moment. Working with Selassie's my friend.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Like, I appreciate, it was an honor doing his project, because I watched somebody produce something and stick with it for years and years. Like, he had a lot of hiccups doing that film. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff went wrong. Um, I came in, they had to do like a lot of reshoots, and the actress that was doing that role was not available for the reshoots, and so he was kind of in a bind and reached out to me, and so then they had to reshoot all of the scenes that she was in, because now I was playing that role, and
Mm.
brought a little something different to the film. He had to do a lot of he had some issues with editing, some issues with audio, and it was a long it I can't remember how many years he had been working on that particular film, but to
Mm.
watch somebody persevere, I,
Yeah.
I remember thinking, like, man, I watched Selassie deal with a lot of stuff doing this movie. So then when Giovanni invited me to be a part of Lady Kings of Texas, I was thinking about him.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, like, what it takes to produce your own project. This is a new level. This is the first time that I have been a part of producing, co-producing, like coming up with the story, help, like having to be a part of finding the actors, getting the locations, getting all of those things that are needed to produce a film. Like I've never produced anything on that level before. And I remember watching the stress and the struggle that Selassie went through with his film, but he did it with such grace. Like he was always, I could tell, you could see in his eyes how mad he was when
Yeah.
stuff was not going well, having technical issues, right? Like we were experiencing earlier, like how stressful that can be.
Yeah.
But he always took a breath and calmed down and was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And we would come back, and he was always kind to all of us. He always made sure people ate. He was always very, because that's one thing. When you
Yeah.
produce, people will do a lot of stuff if you just feed them.
Yeah.
But he was always really kind and really sweet, and he never let the rest of us see the stress. But on the back end, just fuming. But he
Mhm.
finished it. And I told him,
Yeah.
like, you should be proud of yourself. This is
Oh,
a lot of work, and it's such a labor. That's why I say it's a labor of love. It's labor, just like giving birth. I don't have
Yeah.
children yet, but how much time and effort goes into growing a human in your body, and then you got to push it out.
Hmm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The labor pains. So to watch somebody go through all of that. So um to go back to your question
Yeah.
about how do I decompress, from Selassei's film was very different than working on The Chosen. From
Yeah.
Selassei's film, as someone who is my friend, it was like, it felt like, whew, okay,
Yeah.
we did it. We did it. It was
Yeah.
a bit of a release.
Yeah.
From The Chosen was like, that's something to still sit with. That's
Yeah.
something that I still sit with to this day. But the script always navigates me getting into character and then getting back out of it. However,
Yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
That
no,
no, that
you did.
does. It does.
I'm
And
keep
thank
talking.
and no, no, that's fine. That's
But
no, you said it beautifully, and thank you for being vulnerable enough to share that as well, because that's really going to help
mm,
us and help others, and remind yourself about, man, how did I went through this and do this and that, and shout out to Salase, because he was a great guy that when we had him on the show, and just knowing
mm.
of him, and he just like a really nice, true, genuine
Yeah,
guy.
he is.
um
He is. He is
yeah.
good people.
Yeah, it's been a while since we, gave him a shout out or anything like that. But I saw that and I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And it's just small world and everything. But just thank you for just sharing all of that and your time on the show and everything.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And before we close out the show today, I wanted to know, are there any gems or advice that you can give to the audience that can help them with their career, whether it's in film, theater, writing, voiceovers, anything that has helped you along the way?
I would say get to know yourself and know your voice and know that your voice matters. That's that's kind of the place that I am in right now. Um, Recognizing that I am enough just as I am. I
Mhm.
don't have to put on, I don't have to change, I don't have to, as I've shared various stories working on different projects, like, doing the CMU character and working on Lady Kings of Texas and having to utilize my voice. I'm learning what that is and learning that it is enough, and not trying to make myself be something that I'm not. Especially when you start out, you want to work. We all are like, yeah, I'll do whatever, I'll be whatever, I'll go wherever. And as I've grown, I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't have to be on everything. I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. But the people that I am for, they will find me. I will find them. And They will receive what I have to say because God is running this. And as long as I am being my authentic self, that's all that matters. And it'll shine through. That's how you stand out. Be yourself. I know that sounds super cliche,
No.
but it takes a while to get there because the
Yeah.
industry makes you feel like you have to do all these other things when you
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't. The sooner you can learn to let go of all of that and just be who you are, you will thrive faster than you realize.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean,
Definitely.
that's some real great advice because we go through a lot mentally as sometimes we're up against 1,200 people that's all trying to submit for the same role. We don't know.
1,200,
Woo.
12,000, like 120,000. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of competition
Mhm,
out there. It's a lot. And the truth is you're only really in competition with you. This is
mhm,
Yeah.
who I am. This is what I do. This is the flavor that I bring to this project. And if that's not the flavor that you need, that's
mhm,
okay. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad actor. It
mhm.
means I
You
just
just
don't fit in this world right now.
mhm,
But you will
Oh,
fit somewhere.
exactly.
why are you trying to make me cry today? That's
All
something I
right.
need to hear. You
These
about
are,
to have
I'm
me?
telling
You
you.
about to make me cry today?
But
Like,
these are the things that I've learned, like that I
Yes.
haven't mastered them myself, but it's just like, oh man, because I have to tell myself that too. We put out self tape after self tape. You put
Mhm,
yourself out there, you get really, really close. I came really, really close twice to a project shooting in Austin right now.
yeah,
Got pinned, got sent to producers. It was a really big deal. And I was like, ah, and then they went in a different direction. And
mhm,
stuff like that can make you feel like, what did I do wrong? And it's not
mhm,
you. It's not you. I'm telling you something that I have to constantly tell myself. Sometimes it
mhm,
works. You know, I said putting up the pictures of stuff that you have booked, that you have done.
yeah,
Sometimes it works,
mhm,
sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you sit on the floor and cry and,
yeah,
you know,
mhm.
sip on a little something so you don't go
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Prosecco?
Thank you so much
Rent
for
now.
man. I'm
but
telling you,
but
Dr.
you
Yes.
just
J.
have to remind yourself it's not because it's not about you. At the end of the
Mhm,
day, it's not about you. It's about the whole thing. Like this for me is why I really love this craft because it is a metaphor for life. This is not about you. You all keep saying like, "Oh, this is for you. This is for you." No, this is for the
mhm,
people that are watching. I hope that
Mm,
somebody sees something and hears something
mhm.
that makes them feel like they could go on, see what the end's going to be. They can go
Well,
on a little while longer.
you've already done that for us. Thank you
yeah,
Amen.
for blessing us with your presence, with your experiences, with your advice, and your laughter and your jokes, everything that you provide. This was such an amazing interview. Thank you.
mm,
Thank you. Thank you all for having me. And, you know, all the love to everyone.
mm. Thank you.
Okay.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Kenneisha Thompson. Appreciate you, Queen, and many blessings to everything that you do. Many blessings to your household,
Mm-hmm.
all that. And we're looking forward to see everything that you do and
Mm-hmm.
whatever Lord has in store for you. So
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you so much.